There is no greater path in your life or in life altogether than your own pursuit of potential. Right? It's nobody else. We all have our own path. We all go on our own journey of life. Whether we choose to accept that we're in control, that's up to us. But either way, if we are choosing to pursue our potential, there's no better path to be on. Like, it doesn't matter who has what someone else's life looks like, the things that they've achieved, the greatness that they've came through. Right? Like, that stuff's great. Let it support you. Let it show you in certain ways, like, how much potential there is, like, what we can do. But do not compare yourself and tear your path down and tear your progress down. Don't do that. I know I've done it at different times, right? Constant comparison. When I was first starting, before I even got started on my own path, when I was very early on, I was in constant comparison. I mean, I grew up on social media. I was just generally like that even before social media. I was I compared myself a lot to other people. Whether they had more friends than I, whether they were cooler than I, whether they looked better than I, whatever it was. I had a lot of self-doubt and a lot of reasons internally to believe that another person's life or path was easier or better or whatever than mine. Even though I had tons and tons of blessings, as we all do. Right? So part of my process was getting onto my path of purpose, realizing that what I can do in my life is exactly what I need to do. Like, I should support others, appreciate what they've done, see it for its entirety, like how deep life can go, how much you can have out of life. But I should never tear down the progress that I've made or the process that I've gone through to get to where I am. Right? Like, even after I got started on my path, I would do some things, I would make some progress, I would move along that process, and I would see someone else doing better or see someone else having more than me in a certain way or whatever it was, whatever I perceived. And I would let it beat down my process a little bit. I was not as fulfilled for some sense, right? I was hurt by I was jealous, I was envious in a slight way. Right? Now, not to the point where it would go even farther, right? I would never go and try and tear that person down. That was never me. That's how bad it can get, though. You might see people like that, right? Where they go and they've gotten somewhere on their path, and the people around them maybe got farther, or they got in a different position, or whatever, and then they hit a roadblock, and what do they start doing? They instantly go into tear down mode and negativity. They get stuck behind their roadblock. Their emotions control them, and then they become so jealous that all they know how to do is tear others down, and to put people who are trying to go on their own process down. It's a very sad way to live, but the reality is that so many people do it. It's really sad, but the way you see out of it is understanding that it is your path. It is your journey, and having gratitude for what you go through, for the challenges that you face. Because without your challenges, without what you have to go through, there is no growth. So you're moving down the path, you hit a roadblock, and you turn and go on a different path, possibly going backwards of the way you came. What are you doing? You're giving up on yourself. You're giving up on your path of purpose. You're letting your emotions control you. But we all do it from time to time. Whether or not we allow it to be significant or insignificant is up to us. It's up to us to determine how bad it's going to get. How much we're going to let happen before we realize that we are still in the driver's seat, controlling where it's going. But what happens is we feel one with the Creator. We feel like we have the power for so long, and we go on it. We go down the path. We're going through it. We hit that roadblock, and then we go into self-pity. Our emotions get in control. Then it's, That's just me. That's just my luck. Life has it out for me. These guys just had it lucky. That victim starts to play out. And that's something internal that you must resolve. It could be part of your shadow. It could be a part of your inner child. It's something somewhere deep lodged into your ego that you are a victim in some way. Could be from childhood. Could be from a job you had. Could be at whatever point in your life that you internalized that you're some sort of victim. That you don't have the power. When that is just simply not the case. And it's you who are the one who is believing that and bringing it into conception. That you have no power. We have all the power that we choose to have. We have all the control over this life that we choose to have. We just have to be able to play the long-term game. We just have to be able to see a different vision of ourselves in the future. That's not the same as right now. We have to be able to see out of our right now. Take the blinders off and understand where we can go. So that's when being able to look at other people's success and support them and realize their potential, or realize how far you can go. That's when that idea can help. But again, we're so emotional, we're so stuck in the past, stuck in the pain, that these other people that are doing well, that we feel envy, we feel jealousy. And that instantly cuts us off from what we can do. And that instantly cuts us off from what we can do. Because we are stuck in the pain. We are not allowing the pain to transform us. We are not fully present. We're stuck in the past. Where these people who are doing well for themselves are doing more. They are present and they are seeking a better future. Like we were at some point. Until we got stuck in the pain. Until we got stuck in the mud, so to say. We all have such limitless power. And if we were just able to realize that and take control of it and do more for our life, we would all have the lives that we desire. But we don't do that. We fall out of control. We feel the pain of the present. And we give up. We stop caring. And that's just simply not right. You see, because we can do anything we set our mind to. If we set forth for it, we can do it. We must stay consistent. We must have proper planning. We must be determined to see it out. And it's not going to be easy. But you make the decision on whether or not you want to go after something. Everything's really hard when you think about it. You can either live a life of pleasure and unfulfillment and feel the pain and regret and misery of that, and that's pretty hard. Or you can choose to do more for your life and go after and stay after it so you get the things that you really want and desire and know you can have. And it's going to be hard too. But one hard's a lot better than the other. But that's up to you to decide. That's up to you to believe which one's going to be easier or harder. Because it's all about how we perceive it. Our sense of self is up to us. Are we going to hold a high standard of what we want for our life? Or are we going to sink into the standard of others who have given up on themselves? You make the decision. You're the only one who has control over your life. You got this. I hope you enjoyed this today. Like, comment, share below, whatever it is that you gained from it. If there's someone you know who could gain something from this, send it to them as well. We're on a mission, guys. We are going to wake more and more people up to the fact that our life is up to us. That we can be purpose-driven. That we can live a life of fulfillment no matter who we are, where we are, what we've done. Our life is up to us, and we have the power. Let's go.